Hey, I'm Kev Kermasco and welcome back to TTR Demand 3. As you never guess what's happening. It's more eSports. As we're 28th apparently with 22 eSport points. As last time out we had a bit of a rough ride through section 5. As we ended up in the top third though. As only 8 seconds off the top. And that's after being a bit worse than the first attempt. In the first section 3 in 72nd. So I'm hoping to continue the upward trajectory in the third and final event for the eSports, as we only got 3 hours to do this as well. It's going to be pretty tight to get our 7 tries in, as we've got the full mountain course now, all 60 odd kilometers, 39ish miles, and people are doing it in a 15:30. What the hell, a minute quicker than Hickman going to. As you can see, to be in the top 10 you need to be under 16 minutes. If you continue scrolling down, to be in the top 50 even, we have to be under 17 minutes. As well, my best time is around a 17:19, so I would be around, what, top 75? And to get onto the leaderboard, we have to do a 17:33. That's going to be fun, isn't it? As we've got intermediate physics once again, clear afternoon conditions, so perfect conditions on our 2022 Superbike of Davey Todd and his Honda CBR 1000 RR-R SP. The times that I've been seeing from normal times, barely getting to the 16, so like under 16 minutes, and only 2 riders have done that. To even get around Hickman's level, you have to be, around top 10 in the world normally. That's on realistic physics. If we change that to intermediate, if we scroll back up again, it is a pretty similar story. Again, just two riders under that magical 16-minute barrier, and to be on Hickman's level, you have to be like top 20 or top 25. It looks like so. It's a bit tougher normally than compared to the eSports. I'll just give you magical grip, these eSports bikes, it seems like. So let's head to the full mountain course, shall we? As there's our ride getting decked out. As we're going to be Davey Todd, who had a very up and down TT. He is amazing what he did in the senior. Like, he'd been able to even race and then get a top 10 on top of that. That was amazing. But he didn't, I don't think he got a podium, which is a bit disappointing, but he's still young. He's still on his, what, 4th year, I think, at the TT, off the top of my head. Might be less. He's still got lots of experience to build. It's normally by, when you're in your 30s, you get really good at the TT, like the top guys like Hickman, Dunlop, and Harrison. But here's the mountain course, if you've never seen it. We start all the way down at the bottom in Douglas, as you can see, and then we climb up towards, was it Peel or St John's, go through kind of Glen Helen, and then we build up the speed as well. Got very fast sections like Bargarrow as well before you head into Kurt Michael. And then after that, which is like towards the top of the mountain course, you can see we're heading towards Ramsey as well. And then we've got Ramsey Hairpin, and then we head into the countryside, and we've got the Mountain Mile, and you've got some beautiful fast flowing bends ended by the bungalow. And then you've got like Hailwood Heights as well, the highest point on the circuit. Where you start dropping down again towards Douglas, and we go past the famous like Cradle Bar section with all the people clapping and applauding, especially on the final lap of a race. Before we head over Governor's Bridge, and then back across the start finish line. I've not made any setup changes at all in any of these attempts, so let's not change things now, shall we? Alright, get the coffee on, it's going to be a while. So we are on the start finish line. Just going to cruise this first lap. We're just going to make it around in one piece. That's the main thing we got to do in this, is make it round in one piece. As you go over St Ninian's Crossroads. Down the hill towards Bray Hill as well. And then flash through the right. Slight lift over Aggo's Leap as well. Before we head towards Quarter Bridge and the first major braking point on this wonderful lap. I also learned not to use the rear brake a lot as well, so we're going to try and... We've adjusted our riding style slightly. We're going to use the rear brake if we're going to, like, looks like we're in trouble. Need to maybe use it to help stop the bike, like in here. Head into Braddon Bridge. Or you want to be a bit tighter. But if we want to do the dramatic flowing lines on this cruise attempt. And then up to 6, slight lift through this left because it's very deceiving. And you've got to lift a bit earlier than that. Let's head into Union Mills. Quite avoid the wall there. All the way down to 3rd and through the left. Up to 4th. There's a little bump on the exit there you've got to be careful of as well. As you build the speed then. Up kind of this bendy straight before bad as scary. And believe me, it is scary. It is a slight lift on these bikes. You lift around this side, spot the pavement on the inside, hit the pavement on the inside, get on the pound. Don't hit the pavement on the inside. We're not going to get away with that. And then through... Oh, what is this? Glen Vine, I think this is. Another slight lift here. Through the left. I know we're going a bit quicker. As we go up Crosby. And then one of the big jumps on this course. Safely negotiate that. And then round the halfway house towards Greeba Castle. As we left early. Try and get the bike in very early here as well. It's off camber. But cool, you need to get early apexes. You can see quite undulating as well. As we go downhill, past the castle. Past some houses as well as you head towards the bridge. Brake when it straightens up, down to 4th here. Could maybe even take it down to 3rd. And then towards Hawthorne, which is flat out right. And then Grossley, which is not quite flat out right. When a bit wide there, you can normally take that in 6th with a lift. So just over 3 minutes, not our quickest time ever. Let's head towards Badacreen. Love this corner as I read. It's so bumpy. Pushes you up against the wall on the exit as well. Like that. I thought I'd just demonstrate, you know. And then we go downhill. Normally flat out in 5th, 6th. Like flat out over another bridge. Way into his left-hander, take it in 5th. And then we've got the right-hander, very deceiving 4th gear corner. You've got kind of a late apex there, straighten it up in 3rd. Before we head towards the Laurel Bank. Getting all the way down the 2nd here, can take it in 3rd as well. I think the top guys probably take that in 3rd. Or maybe clip 2nd for engine brake and then up to 3rd immediately. Let's do towards, what's this, Black Dub I think this is. Again, just downhill, take that in 4th, up to 5th, 6th, and now towards Glen Helen. Brake early. Make sure not to clip the walls. Get down to 3rd. Don't lean in too early as well, because you will low side. And then past Sarah's Cottage, all the way down to 2nd here. And now we build up the speed, going uphill. As we go towards... Quonklivory. Let's all get away with it. And now we're on the straight. Don't know how we got away with some of those turns. But build the speed, 190. Then a slight lift before the bump there. Hopefully you hit the apex a bit better than that. And then we go through Molineux. And then the 11th milestone, down to 5th. Down to 4th so we can hook up this apex. In 5th, be careful of the bump as well there. Up to 6th before Hanleys. You know you're in a good lap here if you're grazing the wall on the right hand side. As you can see, we're on a very conservative lap here. Then they'll the speed again towards McGuinness's, and then we got the left-handers. So that's the first one, a bit wide, but we've got Bargarrow coming up next, an incredibly tricky couple of left-handers here, so keep out wide. Kind of just aiming at that signpost that we've just been past on the right-hand side, and then bottom of the Garrow again. You've got to be careful, down to 5th. Don't get too much decompression there with the rear wheel, otherwise you are falling flat on your face. And then through Westwood, down to 5th, down to 4th here. Yes, you just want to take the double right and double left as basically one corners. And there we go, accelerate away, and now we're heading towards Kirkmichael. It's over 6 minutes, we definitely are on a slow lap. And then down, all the way down to 3rd here, using lots of rear brake for once. As you go through Douglas Road corner, then through Kirkmichael. Don't you dare lift, son. To keep it in zip. Got to be careful here because this is a bit blind with all the hedges, so we do slightly lift there, but as long as you keep the momentum, keep the flow, it's all good. And then down to 5th, because you've got a little jump here, got to be careful of. Take that a bit too fast again, you're going to be eating asphalt. At least our virtual rider is. And then up to 6th. Bit deceiving again, you've got these left, you've got these rights, which you can't really see, but it's very flat out now. It's starting to build the speed. Watch out for that pavement sticking out on the inside there. I'll put the bank on the outside as well. You get down to 5th. I think is that Alpine Cottage? That's one of the cottages. As you build it up to 6th, then flat out through the right. Let's head towards the bridge. Brake on the signs on the right hand side. And over Bulloff. Past the Raven. Again, make sure you're not in the air too much. If you're in the air too much, you just cost yourselves time not being on terra firma. Right, up to 6th. And then a corner which... Ooh, slight lift for me. Again, got a little jump on the exit. That used to be the scariest jump in TT Other Man 2 and 1. Not really anything in this. Just got to make sure you don't go too flat over it. It's now going to Quarry Bends. 5th. And then don't turn as much in this corner because, as you can see, it's not it kind of opens up. As Quarry Bends, the more you go around, it's just tight at first and open on exit. As now we go down the magnificent Soulby straight past the church, build the speed towards 200 miles per hour. David Todd halfway round the lap as well. 8:21. That's not looking too bad actually that time. And then push out the houses on the right. There's a little flagpole there as well. You can break it around that flag. It's baking a bit too early, but I'd rather be braking earlier than too late through there. And then through Ginger Hall, off camber, left-hander, take that in 3rd. Then downhill, brake early here. Got to hit that apex on the middle, otherwise you're missing the apex. It's got a little groove there, so it helps hook up the bike. So if you're missing it, heading towards that hedge on the outside. And now we're through, was it Glen Duff, I believe we're in. As we build it up to 6th. Don't look at that hedge to the left. There's a right-hander. And then we've got Churchtown ahead. So just easing in 6th here. And then brake. As that fence disappears on the right-hand side. Down all the way to 3rd gear. Then build the speed up once again. Up to 6th. And then these bends I'm not as confident through. This is probably the circuit I'm least confident through. Because as you can see, there's lots of crests and dips and dives and blind corners here. Especially through this right. You can see the pavement kind of sticks out a bit through the left as well. And especially through these bumps as well, very easy to lose the bike. So we take that in 5th, just gently go through that as we go through Millintown. And towards Ramsey. And we've got Schoolhouse Corner before Parliament Square. Braking on the bridge on the right hand side there. When we see that bridge, down to 4th. And then braking very early here in the Parliament Square. But again, when you see the houses on the right, There's a little road in between them, and you brake just for that. And then an incredibly tricky Krushank's corner as well. Hooked up the apex nice and early for once, though. Get that down to third, and down to third again with the left-hander. And then down to third again for the final right-bander. Up quick, snatch a fourth before you get into Ramsey's hairpin. I think that's the slowest point in the circuit, isn't it? Or second slowest behind Governor's Bridge. And you can accelerate up to fifth. And then you've got a bit of camber here to help as you head into the waterworks. Down to second. Can maybe be a bit more aggressive on the exit there as you head into Tower Bends. Fourth, third. And build the speed up to fifth. Even sixth here. And breaking a straight line basically. All the way down to third. And then the gooseneck. Do not hit the apex. Do that. I did it in practice. Front folds. Got to be a bit wider than that. And this will really carry the speed through there, which we were not. And then we've got some bends up to fifth. Like to have the brakes before we head into Joey's. Named after the most successful rider here, Joey Dunlop. Up to sixth. Down again to fifth. Very easy to clip the grass on the right hand side as well, because you've got to be very... If you want to get the exit speed, you've got to be very tight on entry into there. So, got this triple left-hander brake on end. Brake all the way down to fifth there. Probably take that in fourth as you go through Guthrie's Memorial all the way down to second. You've got to turn in early as well. And then look for the black pavement here. That's where we brake. That's where we turn as well. I know we turned a bit too late through Mountain Mile. And now flat out. Up to sixth. Build the speed again over 190. Get some beautiful helicopter shots and drone shots around there. Actually, it's helicopter, isn't it? Drones. I was thinking. And then you're going to see some brick walls. So just after that is where we slightly lift, slightly dab the brake as well. Still in the sixth. As we brake for Mountain Box all the way down to fourth. Again, early apex here because it's very rough. Bike will be kicking out towards the outside. And up to fifth, up to sixth. Slight lift there. Should take that flat out. Then brake early here again, very bumpy entrance. And then brake early here as well. Take it in fourth. Can't push that corner too hard because it's very easy for the bike to lose itself as you head into the veranda. In fifth. We're being basically flat out in fifth. And up to sixth as we head towards Black Hut. As the road straightens up, brake down to fourth. Maybe snatch third as well. And then again, we've got another triple left-hander here that we're going to keep it in fifth because we're heading down into the bungalow. Big crowds here as well. Go over the tram tracks. Then rise up through Halewood Heights. Towards Bradywell we've got ahead of us. And we've got to brake early here. Brake there. When you see that... see that padding on the left-hand side. All the way down to third through Bradywell. As we've reached the highest point in the circuit, now we're just going downhill. Flat out in sixth. Oh, hold it. Brake early into Jukes as well. Accelerate through the second and third parts. Back up to sixth. Now into Windy Corner. All the way down to fourth. Maybe third as well. Again, top guys might be snatching third. Get some engine braking. Get some rotation going into the corner. Steer the bike with the revs. Like a Mr. Hickman does in real life. Steers it at the rear. Like literally is sliding the bike at like... what, 150 miles per hour at least. Is absolutely insane. As brake it all the way down to fourth. Up to fifth. Then brake early. For Keppelgate. Down to third. Down to second. And then up to third, fourth, downhill. This time past Kate's cottage. And now we're down the famous Craig Nabar Straight. Look at the signpost to the right, to the left even. Braking just before there, using a bit of rear brake as well as he got the rubber band man. Enjoying themselves along with the crowd. all the way down the second. Don't hit the apex there again. It's very bumpy. You're getting a theme, aren't you? It's almost like road circuits are bumpy. And then up to sixth, and then the wonderful brandish corner. Brake around that tree. Brake harder than that. But normally it's just down the gear to fifth. And then downhill into Hillberry. Do not be aggressive this corner. Braking round the bridge. Down to fourth. Be aggressive that corner. You're going down. And up to fifth. Up to sixth. And then slight to have the brake here because the road kind of very bumpy again. Falls away from you all the way down to fourth. And then into signpost. Get a bit of that rear brake going as well. As we're braking downhill. Making sure we're clipping the apex. As we went through the Craig Namona, now we're going through, what's this, Bedstead corner. Again, early apex, because again, a bit of camber on the inside there if you hook it up. Then into the nook, all the way down to second. Accelerate, up to third, up to fourth. Brake very early. All the way down to first. Do not take a tight line here as well. Take a wider line. You take a tight line, it's an instant fall for some reason. As we go over Governor's Bridge, is probably the most hated section of the track. As we accelerate up the hill then. Up to third, fourth, fifth. Not quite hickey speed. But it is a 16.50. With slight penalties as well. We will take that. So where does that put us then? 15.30 is the top time. Top 50, exactly. That's not too bad. Average speed 135 miles per hour. 207 miles per hour top speed. As well, as you saw, we made lots of mistakes. As well as we weren't trying to push it, but look at that top 50 already. So we cut out mistakes. How much the top 20 then? They're 30 seconds up the road. That could actually be a realistic target. What about top 40? So 10 seconds. Top 30, another 10. It's all 10 seconds. Look at this. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Well, between 20th and the top 10. That's 20 seconds. It's 10 seconds to 12. And then look at this big gap to the top 10. And then the top 10 is separated by almost half a minute as well. That is crazy. Alright, so that's a pretty nice banker. Let's see if we can improve on it then. And yeah, try and go even quicker. Let's try and break Hickman's record, shall we? Right, start time again. It's our second attempt. I'll be amazed if we get anywhere near 16-minute flat, but you never know. And so these things are grippy. It's like very grippy. Or not. No, Davey. Oh my god. And we've already made it to the final attempt. In like 10 minutes. In like half the time it took us to do that previous lap. The one that we've done, we've burned through like 5 attempts. Alright. Come on, just a clean lap. I won't even push that hard on this one, you know. Just if it's clean, as I said, I reckon we can go much quicker. So like no falls, that means. Got a nice outer quarter bridge, nice and smooth. Nice into Braddon Bridge as well. Not the best downhill, but stayed upright. That's the main thing. Oh, that's nicely hooked up on the inside curb.
Shame this doesn't compare to like my previous attempt. It'd be nice to see different splits, you know, compared to previous attempts, but just have to guess if we're doing better. Not braking early, even slightly dabbing the brake this time, just to make sure we go through it. Oh, bad are scary. Slight dab the brakes actually seems to be better than lifting. As long as we got on the power nice and early, we're getting much better lines that way. That was a bit high. Getting ordered down to second for Green, but you know, I'd say I'm not pushing. I'm using the low gears now. I'm getting a bit aggressive with them. No, we're a bit slow there. I'd ideally want to be under 3 minutes there. We're slightly quicker than the last time, but not so much that I'm happy with that. Right, this is where I made a big mistake. You guys survived this time. Now I can actually show you how you're meant to take this. They go up to 5th, 6th. All the way down to 4th there. Can avoid about the rear. So nice and early then. That's second through Laurel Bank. Through Black Dub. Almost clipping the maybe on the outside. So it's Cottage nicely done through Glen Helen. Not the quickest, but again, we kept it nice and smooth. That's the main thing. To quickly short shift the sip there when the rev spike, just to make sure to keep the bike nice and smooth as you go down the Quanclear body straight. Lift nice and early, slight dab the brake as well. Almost have your finger over that kind of rear brake or front brake, just for slight dabs. It's a bit like rallying actually. Just helps smooth the bike over some of these rough sections and get it set up a bit better for some of these corners. Nice through McGuinness's. Ice through Bargarrow. How about the bottom of the Garrow? That will do. That will do, pig. There you go. That's a bit quicker. There you go. Under 6 minutes. Nice. Gained a couple of seconds. And I think most of that was due to the crash, but you know, we still gain time. Glad to get to 5th. There's a little bump there before that right hander as well, so that's why we short shift to 5th there as well. I'll try and remember talking what I didn't mention in my previous flying that. Go past the petrol station. Down to 4th this time. Still so all the way down over that little jump. Sit. Right curly down to 5th. Power nice and early. 6th. Oh, a bit wide. Had to use a bit of the brake there to make sure we didn't hit the pavement. Didn't help that the game didn't kind of keep up with us as well. It was a bit worried what was happening there. Alright, already back up the 6th light. Now we are. Get down to 5th maybe. Bit uncomfortable, Davey. Right, Corey bends. And boy, you get this left-hander right, which he did not. Slightly recovered it. Right down Solby straight. Going into hyperdrive. It's 8 minutes 12. That's like 20 seconds quicker. Already, I think, than my previous attempt. Not braking as hard this time. Braking around a similar mark, but not as hard. It was wonderful seeing like the TT action in real life, seeing, you know, on TT Plus, seeing how close they got up to that wall on the exit. Really, we don't really do that here. On the exit of Solby Bridge. Little bump there, past the barn. That's why we got to dab the brakes there a bit, just to make sure, again, like that other bump. We go wee in and lose ourselves. Oh no 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 no. Of course you lose it through Glenduff, like the one like easy flat out corner, the one area where you expect not to lose it. Of course that's where you lose it. Oh, there goes 10 seconds already. So there's like half our gap gone from which we've been building. Can't afford any more crashes though. Oh, come on! What is wrong with the bike? Over some of these bumps now. Not sure if I'm leaning back. Might be the cause there. But I was not this unstable before, maybe because we're pushing it a bit. Oh my god. Never good when you go in the bus lane through that. Road on the left hand side, I forgot to say that before, that's when you brake and turn in as well. Again, road on the right hand side this time. We're braking and turning. Oh, I fucked up Ramsey. Fuck off. Yeah, no point continuing that attempt, as yeah, somehow in the space of 20 minutes we got rid of our 6 remaining tries. It was a good run afterwards, wasn't it? So still top 50, just by 7/10, but disappointing again. I had one solid run, but I couldn't back it up with a much quicker run, which we can do. I just could not control the bike when pushing it a bit more, when it feels like we can easily push it more, but that is our esports run though. What could have been? Like, having solid enough runs to get on leaderboards, but not the run that we can do to get, you know, even higher up. But let's check out the ranking as well. So apparently I'm like here. Yeah, there we are. I'm 28th. Got 22 points. So I'm joint 4th basically. I think it's only like top 3 get more points, do they? I guess on each of these leaderboards. But yeah, as you can see on the legend here on the info, note rewards for Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D. So we're like Group D rewards, I'm guessing. But yeah, I don't know how this all shakes out and everything, this esports stuff. But hopefully you've done well to remain on the leaderboards, that is. But yeah, we've done our quickest rider that time. Done the T-Tailor Man. Next time, maybe we'll explore the map on our superbike as a late great royal. As you can see, we've got lots of stuff to discover and check out. We've only checked out 1 fact so far out of 8. Got 9 head-to-heads. Is it head-to-heads? I can't remember what that is. Yeah. Got 5 time attacks, 7 discovery things. Oh, 8. Oh, it's the checkpoints actually. So 1 out of 8 when you get all 3. When you get like 3 tasks. And you can see we've got a season to do as well before we head back to the TT. But yeah, we'll see if we will do that next time in TT Isle of Man. Very excited to find out all the facts, you know, on the superbike map. As you can see, we discovered a couple around Douglas already to explore, and you know, out St John's too. And we've got a task right behind us as we're in the countryside around the mountain mile as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed some more TT Isle of Man free action. Like I said, we'll be back soon with some more. But yeah, we'll find out how we're doing the esports after all of this and what happens when it all shakes out. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.